On June 15, 2016, Jimmy Page took the witness stand in a courtroom as part of a legal dispute involving Led Zeppelin's iconic track, Stairway to Heaven. The case revolved around allegations that the song's famous opening guitar riff had been plagiarized from Taurus, a 1968 instrumental by the band Spirit. The lawsuit was brought by Michael Skidmore, the trustee for the estate of Spirit's guitarist Randy Wolfe, who claimed that both Page and Robert Plant had lifted the riff from Wolfe's composition. While testifying, Page firmly denied the accusation, stating that he had never heard Taurus until conversations about the similarities between the two songs began appearing on the internet. Page did acknowledge that he owned several Spirit albums, including the one featuring Taurus, though he said he didn't remember how those records ended up in his collection. Despite this, he maintained that he had not heard the song prior to the legal controversy. Led Zeppelin initially prevailed in court in 2016, but the case didn't conclude there. In 2018, a panel of 3 judges from the Ninth Circuit determined that the jury in the original trial had received flawed instructions, prompting an order for a retrial. However, in 2020, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals reversed that decision and affirmed the original verdict, effectively siding with Led Zeppelin. Later that year, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to review the case, finally putting the matter to rest. Why did Led Zeppelin win the case? The ruling had significant implications for copyright law, particularly concerning the inverse ratio rule. This legal concept held that if the accused had demonstrable access to the original work, then a lower degree of similarity between the two pieces was needed to prove infringement. Francis Malofie, the attorney representing Skidmore, commented to Rolling Stone that although he admired Led Zeppelin as musicians, he believed they had repeatedly taken credit for the work of others and had once again escaped accountability. He criticized the outcome as a victory based on legal technicalities rather than justice. The court's decision to eliminate the inverse ratio rule was explained in Judge R. Gary Klausner's opinion. He argued that the rule was illogical and led to legal ambiguity. Klausner reasoned that the rule unfairly benefited widely known artists by reducing the threshold for proving similarity, but no aspect of copyright law suggested that a piece of work should receive greater protection merely due to its popularity or the resources behind its rights holders.